Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to your continuing coverage of the Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by Toshley, and sponsored by Razor and BenQ. You can take a look at the-defense.com for all the details that you need to know about this tournament, as well as joinDOTA.com for all sorts of general Dota 2 related goodness. And last but by no means least, we mentioned them before, we must mention them again. They are Razor and BenQ, and they are the sponsors of this tournament. And if we have a look here at the Captain's Draft screen, it's changed a little bit more once again. They've color-coded it, so it's a little bit more clear. Before, they just had these tiny little goddamn arrows. And let's be honest here, they really weren't that clear. But now that it's color-coded, it's much better. We also have this chat window here for people that talk about stuff. Whatever, it doesn't show up for me, of course. This is a replay. Let's go into what's going on for us today. We are continuing on with the group stages of the defense. We will have Next.KZ over on the Radiant side, a team hailing from the land of Kazakhstan, and they will be fighting it out against Team Empire from Russia over on the Dire side. And looking at the drafts, the first bans to be removed by Next.KZ is Lycan, Chaos Knight, and Nature's Prophet, with Team Empire responding to that with a Morphling, with a Lone Druid, and with a Darkseer. And Team Empire's first pickup will be that of the Invoker, and Next.KZ will pick up the bleedingly obvious duo of death. We've got push, we've got gank, we've got a lot of power to come out of Leshrac and Shadow Demon. And there are still some powerful heroes in the mix. We have Broodmother still in, Enchantress is still in, Chen is still in, and you know what? There aren't enough games where Chen is played because he's such an awesome hero to watch. There's so much potential for him to be used with his ability to, of course, send people straight the hell back to the fountain, heal up that, you bastard, and then you can come back in the game. But we're not going to have either of those two heroes picked up for the team of Team Empire. We are going with Windrunner, and we are going with Beastmaster. Next.KZ, I think someone needs to pick up Broodmother. And we can see in the bans here, it's not like that last game where I somehow missed that Broodmother was the first ban. I was like, yeah, let's pick Broodmother. Oh wait, she's already been banned, so no one can pick her. But Next.KZ have one last pick for the first set of picks. I feel that Broodmother would be a pretty good pickup. They're going to have a very, you know, Leshrac Shadow Demon in mid, a very aggressive duo lane, Broodmother going solo top, and that leaves, well, whatever. There's lots of potential. Broodmother's just such a good hero, taking away into their bonus time already. You're sure are taking your time to pick that Broodmother. But let's look at Team Empire's lineup. We've got good initiation from the Beastmaster. We've got good single target damage as well as single target control, as well as counter push to come in from the Windrunner, as well as an ability to pretty much run all over the freaking map with that Windrun and escape from bad situations. And then we have the Invoker, who can deal out large sums of AoE damage. He can let his presence known from anywhere in the map in the form of those Sunstrikes. He can drain mana. He can initiate fantastically with Tornado and EMP. It all depends on how you build him. And last but by no means least, if you go Quas Exhort, you can push with the use of those Forge Spirits and deal a nice amount of damage if you Cold Snap and let the Forge Spirits and yourself just right-click those bastards down. And Next.KZ, they sure took a while to pick Broodmother, but they finally did it. Yes, indeed. If Broodmother's still in the mix, why wouldn't you pick her up? She's such a strong hero, and this is going to be horrible for Team Empire. However, we do have some heroes that can do reasonably well. If Beastmaster lanes against the Broodmother, then, well, you throw out some axes and all of the spiderlings are probably going to be dead. As a result, Broodmother's going to need to probably think about where she's going to be placed. Typically, you wouldn't see Beastmaster going in the top lane because he wants to go bottom and stack that Ancient Cap, but since Broodmother is most likely going to be going top, then you might put the Beastmaster in top in order to counter the Broodmother, but maybe they'll do some metagaming bollocks going on, and Broodmother will go bottom instead. Beastmaster will go, I'm going to go top because that's where Broodmother should be, but when in actuality, Broodmother will be bottom, and it would just blow everyone's mind. Or something. Next.KZ's next hero to be removed, going to be that of the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, of course, very good support. And Team Empire removing a hard carry in the form of that Anti-Mage. Now this somewhat hints towards they might go for a Morphling. If you remove an Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage is really friggin' good against Morphling because, excuse me, you hit him a couple of times and suddenly he has no mana, so he can't morph to strength and be absolutely a-okay no matter what gets dished out at him. He also can't waveform to safety and so on and so forth. If you drain his mana, he's not going to be a very happy Morphling, he's going to be a very dead Morphling. So it sort of hints towards Team Empire possibly going for Morphling, but we'll have to wait and see. And Next.KZ, maybe they're onto that, with them removing out the Crystal Maiden Morphling, they go together quite nicely. They supplement each other, finally. Or something. We've got plenty of bonus time for the team of Empire, and I'm trying to think of who are some powerful heroes that are still in the mix that we don't want Next.KZ to get their hands on. There's still Enigma, and Next.KZ do not have a jungler, and considering the fact that we're going to have a solo lane, a jungler could potentially work nicely. However, SK is still in the mix, which could lead to a very aggressive tri lane. So they have to think long and hard. Do we want to take out SK, or do we want to take out Enigma? Or maybe you want to leave them both in there so we can pick up either the Enigma or the SK. And Lich is going to be the one that's taken out. And Enigma is going to be taken out by Next.KZ. Team Empire possibly going to pick up the SK. Yes, indeed. Easy pickup for them. And that was pretty smart by them, because if they removed out the Enigma, Next.KZ could have removed out that Sand King, and then they would have had no heroes. So that went very nicely for Team Empire, taking out that Lich. And yeah, it's a good pickup. Good pickup for Team Empire. And once again, SK is going to be good against that Broodmother. Heroes that can deal a reasonable amount of AoE without having to expend too much mana work very nicely against that Broodmother. In fact, if SK can lane, this works out nicely, because we'll have SK will go top, and we'll have Beastmaster go bottom. If Beastmaster goes against the Broodmother, Beastmaster is going to be happy. If Broodmother goes against the SK is going to be happy, so it works out either way. Of course, SK, if he gets a level advantage on the Broodmother, which is very easy if you lane up against each other immediately, you can just sit and Sandstorm on a web. You can Caustic Finale her Spiderlings. You can put Broodmother through a relatively difficult time, but nevertheless, the last couple of pickups, Earthshaker and Tink are going to be secured by Next.KZ, as well as Venomancer for Team Empire. Venomancer is a really good pickup again. We've got more AoE to deal with the Spiderlings. We've got some great counter push to come out of that Venomancer. Works very well against the composition of Next.KZ, despite the 3 powerhouses that they have secured for themselves. Earthshaker, of course, going to give them a bit of teamfight control. Tinker's going to give them some global pushing, which again is why Venomancer is good, because we need counter push. We need heroes that can hold up against all the pushing that the team of Next.KZ are going to do. If Team Empire can hold up against the pushing that Next.KZ is going to deliver out, then Team Empire is going to be relatively happy, but Next.KZ is going to have a lot of power, and Team Empire are without a doubt going to have their work cut out for them. So having a look at who is playing who over on Next.KZ's side, on the Radiant we have Reeves playing as that Broodmother, Mantis taking up the role of that Tinker, Lucky playing as that Shadow Demon, Stylecut taking up the role of the Earthshaker, and last but by no means least, we have Equal being played by that Leshrac, and over here on Empire side, we're moving all the way up north, Blow Your Brain being playing as the Invoker, Always Wanna Fly, playing as the Venomancer, Jackal, playing as the role of that SK. We have Scandal, playing as that Windrunner, and J4, playing as a Beastmaster. Also, Windrunner looks scary as hell in that icon. That looks really, really weird. But looking at the lanes, it seems we're going to have... I'm not sure, actually. Are we going to try lane this? This is a bit strange. I think they're maybe just looking for First Blood, which is clearly what Empire are doing, just checking out their jungle, scouting it out as best as possible. If any rogue member of Next.KZ decides to wander in here, they will die without a shadow of a doubt. Looking at lanes, SK at top, fairly obvious. He looks a little bit short and sunken into the ground. I think it's a little bit wrong here. Beastmaster going bottom. These lanes are so obvious. As for where are the other members going to go? We're going to put Venomancer and SK together, or maybe we'll have Invoker being babysat by the Windrunner going... I have to wait and see exactly what they do. We're going to have some sort of rapist tri-lane in mid. This is going to be horrible to deal with, but I think Earthshaker is just going to make his way down bottom, babysit the Tinker. That makes a bit more sense. Rune is not at bottom, it is at top. It is an invisibility, and the team of Next.KZ have vision of it with this nice ward placement. However, Empire just too fast. They're going to secure that because they know the Rune is top, and Venomancer are going to pick up that invis. Maybe use an initiation with the Venomous Gale and get the First Blood. The team of Next.KZ have to be careful for the next few moments because they know that he has that invis. Broodmother perfectly fine, and it seems we're going to have Leshrac Shadow Demon in mid. Disruption already to come in on the poor Windrunner. Split Earth to follow is going to be able to Windrun to safety. She has no problem. Probably the best hero to go up against this very aggressive duo lane. Windrunner very difficult to kill, very squishy. Are we having a jungle Invoker, or is he just pulling the camp? I thought we had a jungle Invoker. Like, what the hell? What the hell? So it seems Invoker's going to be top alongside SK. Of course, SK staying ahead. Venomancer is heroes too, waiting for that Broodmother to come out of the web to try and do some damage. And already we have exchanging right clicks over here in the bottom lane. We have Earthshaker going up against the Beastmaster. Who's going to win? No one. They're just going to back each other off. And in the end, Beastmaster has to leave before he gets plowed by the Tinker and his right click damage and possibly rockets and laser beams. Once again, we want to try and get a gank on this Broodmother. I'm having... Are we really having a jungling Invoker? This is actually... It's curious. He's using the Creep Wave. He's very smart what he's doing with this. Is it going to work? I'm not sure. Venomats are doing essentially the same thing. Broodmother almost getting caught out, but we do have Sentry Wards. So we could... I'm going to assume the Broodmother does not know about this. Probably going to march her way forward. Curse to land there on the Windrunner, but no damage to follow it up. But in the meantime, someone's getting caught out by the Fissure. He cannot run away. Here comes the right-click damage from the Tinker. He is completely trapped. The Fissure has worn off. I don't think he's going to be taken down. He has too much survivability, especially with the Stout Shield. And Beastmaster will salve his way back to full HP. Broodmother only having one last hit. She's not a happy Broodmother at all. Looking over at SK6 for 3. And the Venomats have probably got a good amount. Currently just got 2. A lot of them on the neutral creeps at the neutral camp. Because this lane just keeps getting pushed back by the Invoker and the SK. Many neutral camps being pulled. And Windrunner going to secure herself an Illusion Rune. Give her a bit of extra push, a bit of extra survivability. Already we can... Oh, it's been blocked. That was pretty friggin' smart by Next.KZ. Didn't see that, but he blocked the Ancient Camp, so no stacking for the Beastmaster. And I'm not sure we're tower diving over in the top lane. Broodmother is absolutely a-okay. Venomous Gale as well, a few right clicks come out of the Venomancer. But again, absolutely fine. And that Sentry I don't think has... Oh, that's just friggin' sad. No stacking of the Ancient Camp just yet, but very smart by Next.KZ to put that ward down there. I think they know which one's a real Windrunner. And already getting a bit of harassment dealt on her. Beastmaster not having a particularly wonderful time, and he's not stacking the Ancient Cam. Here's the thing, because that Ancient Cam is being blocked, meanwhile, middle lane, we don't know which one's the real one. Yes, we do. Disruption to come down. Curse are going to follow in the Split Earth. Yes, indeed, perfectly timed. Windrun has been popped as well, and she will just be barely able to escape out of that. But over in the top, bottom, Beastmaster is absolutely fine. But here's the thing, when Beastmaster has a horrible time in lane, he can recuperate for it by stacking the Ancient Camp. However, the Ancient Camp has been blocked by Next.KZ, so he's not going to be getting any sort of, I'm trying to think, insurance. There's no insurance fund in the form of that Ancient Camp for the Beastmaster until they buy a Sentry and destroy that friggin' ward. I think we're going to try and go on the Broodmother. We have Venomancer getting in position, and so is the Invoker. We have Sentry wards, I think. Venomancer still has some Sentries, right? He doesn't. But we have some good Sentry placement anyway, but there are no webs down here, but Broodmother, too far back, can use the safety of the tower without a shadow of a doubt. Where did that Beastmaster go? Oh, he went back to base, probably got brought to relatively low HP. Still no Soul Ring, no form of Sentries either. Both sides playing it actually very safe, and this duo, this very aggressive lane, however Windrunner might get caught out, maybe not, but the very aggressive lane hasn't been making use of the immense amount of aggression that they have, but this is because Windrunner is very difficult to kill. She's very slippery, has that Windrunner, but she has no mana for it right now. If only Leshrac was in range in order to do a little bit of damage, that could potentially be an easy kill. You can see the Caustic Finale doing some problems for the Broodmother, killing the Spiderlings and killing her, doing some nice chunks of damage to her with every single creep slain. And we look at her last hits, 9-1, not doing particularly great. Meanwhile, 23-6 for the SK, going for a Ring of Health. Not sure what he's going to go towards next, just picking up his normal boots of speed. Windrunner being forced back to the tower, but she is going to be able to secure her some last hits here. Pretty easy peasy. Fisher to go down, Beastmaster, he is trapped on the wrong side of the wall, but he can walk around here. But is he going to? He doesn't care at all. Sunstrike to go down, it's a little bit early, however, axes fly out and the damage is not enough. Earthshaker very low, and Beastmaster getting low as well. Tinker trying to cut him off. He's trying to juke around the trees. The Dukes of Hazard are being dealt here, ladies and gentlemen, and First Blood might indeed be spilled. Right click damage going to be dealt using a Tango to try and bring himself up ever so more, and a Fish is going to come out in a moment. This is the death of Beastmaster. Rockets to fly as well. The First Blood has been spilled over at the bottom lane. Earthshaker for the team of Next.KZ, spilling it and being a little bit cocky about it as well. And this neutral camp just keeps getting pulled all day, every day, and as a result, Broodmother still 9 for 1. Only level 5 compared to the Venomancer. Actually, we shouldn't be looking at the Venomancer. Where is that goddamn SK? Here he is, just right in my face. Level 5 as well. Level deficit not as bad as I thought. Broodmother is spending her time in experience range. Sunstrike going to come down. It's going to land on the Shadow Demon, but the damage is not enough. A power shot. No mana for a power shot. Trying to chase him down. No mana for a Windrunner either, and it's on cooldown anyway. The Split Earth is going to stop the pursuit. Is a Windrunner going to dedicate herself? Is this a good idea? The Edict is too much damage, as well as a Fisher to come through, and another kill being secured by the team of Next.KZ. Invoker wanting to try and reinforce, but not being able to do so, trying to make sure he doesn't get hold of the ward, which has spawned down bottom. Anyway, it is an invisibility. Leshrac currently going on the Invoker, using those quests to try and bring his health regen up, and the Split Earth also missed just a little bit earlier ago. And now both sides have backed off. Tinker pushing his way towards his tier 1 tower, going to deal a little bit of damage using the March of the Machines to make sure Beastmaster can't even get near. 3 for 0 in the last hits department. He's having a horrible time and is pushing himself forward. The March of the Machines doing too much damage. A few more right clicks will take him down, but Tinker doesn't have the mana to commit and finish him off. Broodmother once again still having a bad time. So we've got a good echoance of people having a bad time. Beastmaster's having a bad time, and for the team of Empire and for Next.KZ, Reeves, Broodmother, is having a freaking awful time. However, the Beastmaster is now starting to stack this ancient camp. Actually, he hasn't. He's going to soon. Eventually. I think he just blocked it. No, he didn't. He didn't. We don't have any form of sentries, which is downright unfortunate. But even if we did, the tower would simply take them out easy peasy. We're going to use this caustic finale on every single spiderling and just pop. Easy gold, easy experience, and Broodmother can't get nearer spiderlings as a result, because when they fall hard, and they do damage to everything that's around them. 34 last hits for Tinker. He's relatively happy about himself. He's also closing in on those Boots of Travels, needing about 900 more or so. And already Disruption as well as the Split has come down on the Windrunner. Windrunner is not going to help out here. Shackle doesn't latch, and the Windrunner takes a pop. A third kill being picked up for the team of Next.KZ. The ganking duo over at mid, finally doing some damage, and hello Earthshaker. Invoker's going to pick up an easy kill right here. A couple more right clicks are going to be enough, but is he going to be able to successfully juke? It seems no is the answer to that, or maybe it will be trying to go in the trees. So we've got no TP for the Earthshaker, and that is the easiest kill for Empire's Life, finally picking up their first kill of the game. I'm also very surprised Broodmother hasn't died several horrible deaths, finally being able to get a little bit of free farm as the team of Empire push their way towards this tier 1 tower. It's easy farm when you need your tower, simple as that. Rocker's going to go out, Invoker getting relatively low, using those quests to bring himself back to relative health indeed. Going for a Quast Exhort build, 4 points in each, and then use those Forge Spirits to push Disruption to come down here on whoever that is. It is the Venomancer. SK is very low, but in comes the Epicenter, but no one's nearby. Waits Epicenter with a blinking in. One more right click will do it, and pop goes the Shadow Demon, and then pop goes the Sand King, and Venomancer forced to back off before he goes pop too, but the Leshrac is coming in to cut him off. He is going to get cut off. There's a Courier here as well, but he's going to get away, and Venomancer is dead. Edict doing too much damage. Juking will not help you against the Diabolic Edict, and another kill, easy kill being picked up for the team of Next.KZ. However, Empire not happy about it. It looks like they want to retaliate. They might go in the Tinker, but they don't have any form of slow just yet, aside from the Boar and the Cold Snap, and Invoker's well out of position as well. The Ancient Camp has returned. Beastmaster is not stacking it, and 6 for 0. He's having an awful time. Currently level 4 compared to the Tinker, 43 to 22 with level 7. And Leshrac just took a kill on the Windrunner over at the middle lane once again with the assistance of the Earthshaker. And it seems they're going to rotate over to bottom. This will be very bad. Cold Snap to land there on the Tinker. Axes to fly out. One more right click will do it. In it comes Venomous Gale, just barely missing. But the ward, even if it didn't take the kill, would have been enough. And Invoker picking up the kill there on the Tinker. However, the ganking duo of Earthshaker and Leshrac are moving in position. And Venomancer's about to get caught out. We have Earthshaker from the high ground. Fantastic Fisher, but it's caught on the other side. Doesn't matter. Split Earth picks up the kill. Easy peasy. Not the best of Fisher, but doesn't matter. It seems not. And I was thinking maybe we'll go gank mid, but Leshrac has no mana in his hand, but he does have 1k in the bank. Arcane Boots about to come off cooldown, and 1 bottle charge remaining. And Broodmother finally having some room to breathe once again. 25 for 1. Shadow Demon assisting her out, making sure that she's fine. She can just sit back and farm and relax a little bit. And we're finally starting to stack the Ancient Camp. Actually, I think we're just taking it out with the axes as of this moment. And Beastmaster, 10 to 1. I think he hates life as of this very moment. Windrunner alongside the Invoker. Looks like we're going to go for some ganking action. We're pushing our way towards the Tinker. Windrunner's just... Oh, we're doing a swap, actually. Oh, I think Windrunner is just securing herself some runes, making sure that Leshrac does not get it. And it looks like we might have a bit of a unification over alongside the middle lane. We might try and take down this goddamn Leshrac, who's been causing so much pain thus far. Split Earth, nicely done, picking up the Windrunner and preventing any form of pursuance. And I think they might settle for top and try and getting a kill on this Broodmother. However, Shadow Demon waiting in a very nice position. Meanwhile, bottom, was that bottom? Beastmaster died. Earthshaker diving in fairly deep. But Sand King's moving in. The Epicenter is going to follow. Bang, 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 bang. And Tinker is dead. However, Leshrac's getting some damage on their tower, diving a little bit. However, Leshrac is just too far forward in order to get taken down relatively easily. Shadow Demon rapidly realizing, ah crap, I should help these guys out, huh? Empire pushing their way towards the middle tower. Fortification has been dropped for Next.KZ. However, is it going to be enough? I don't think so. A few more right clicks will take it down. Shadow Demon is moving into position. Counter-warding action going down as well. Actually, not going to be doing any counter-warding, but placing down the sentry ward because why not? Counter-ward later rather. And an easy tier 1 tower for the team of Empire. And we have a glorious pause. However, while all this is happening, while the team of Empire dedicates so many resources over to the middle lane, Broodmother is doing some work over at the top. And I'm sure she's very happy about finally getting the opportunity to get a little bit of free farm. Looking at the items, Invoker working his way towards Drums of War. Over on the Windrunner's side, seems she's getting Phase Boots first up, also having the Ring of Bacillus. What about the Venomancer? Well, Venomancer isn't really an item-dependent hero, same could be said for the Earthshaker, and as a result, neither of them have all that much. Beastmaster has goddamn nothing, and I'm sure he's crying right now. The top tower taking a lot of damage, is about to take a fall. Invoke coming in, is he going to get the deny off perfectly? Oh, wait, it wasn't perfectly timed, almost perfectly timed. Looking at Leshrax's item, it seems he's going straight for a BKB already, might just have the Oak Club of extra health. Windrunner moving in, trying to get in position to help out with some ganks. Web's going to go down, more damage going to be dealt. SK coming in, doing... well, pretty much demolishing that Spiderling army, little Spiderling army that they had. But Tinker's pushing out this middle lane, marching the machines. Boots of Travel he has enough for them now. Boots of Travel about to be in hand, but Beastmaster is finally getting some free farm, and Sunstrike, where's the Sunstrike? SK very low in HP, the top lane, a lot of damage is being dealt. Insatiable Hunger has been popped off, trying to right click down this poor Invoker, and I think it will be enough if the Shackle comes out at the right time, and he is not going to get the kill on the Invoker. The Spiderling charge was on cooldown, couldn't use it. Downright unfortunate, however. Next.KZ don't want to let them get away this easy. Double damage Shadow Demon and an Earthshaker. In comes the Fisher. This could be a potential double kill. Going on the SK, very low in HP, and he is going to still try and run his way to victory, but he's going to get caught out by the Shadow Demon. Perch land on him. He is dead. Going to try and TP out. Doesn't matter in the silence, but Sunstrike is going to come down, just barely missing the Earthshaker, with Broodmother coming in to reinforce. That was a very nice pickup for Next.KZ. We have a disruption to go down, Curse to follow, and a few more right clicks will rapidly take down this Invoker. The Fisher picking up the kill right there. Venomancer trying to take down the Earthshaker. He is not going to happen. He's going to TP out, and Venomancer getting very low in HP. Leshrax coming in, split Earth to land, and another easy kill for Next.KZ. Looking so dominant in this game. Looking at the gold graph, 1500 gold advantage for the team of Next.KZ, and a 4k advantage once again for the team of Next.KZ. Beastmaster, as I said before, horrible time, just got to level 6, doing a little bit of stacking of the Ancient Camp, finally has some room to breathe and get a little bit of farm. However, his insurance, which is this camp, is very, very late. 20 last hits on him. In fact, there are supports with more last hits. Actually, there aren't. Never mind that. As of this moment, both sides are just going to sit back, relax, recuperate, and this is a potential, especially good for Team Empire because that Beastmaster really needs to get some farms up, but he has a level 6, which means we can start initiating with him, but the problem is, his level is so low, his health is so low, we have to be very careful of getting bursted down. In fact, one rocket would take a massive chunk out, Raw to come down, we can see the massive chunk come out, nice Fisher to come down, but the Cold Snap is too much, Tinker takes a fall, not before getting a March on the Machines out to pop that Beastmaster, and now Invoker has to run for his life, has those Phase Boots, has the Quas for the extra regen, and he is going to escape, but they're going to continue to dive, but the Shackle has come out on someone. What is going on? Where is happening? We have a Disruption come down as well as a Curse. Invoker takes a fall with the assistance of a Split Earth and an Edict. Windrunner currently running for a life, not going to tower dive deep enough to try and get this, but the tier 1 tower will take a fall. Windrunner coming in to reinforce. She has to be careful, but she has that Windrunner, allowing for easy escapes from any bad situations. And again, Next.KZ looking fantastically dominant in this game. They have a very nice lineup. Empire, they had the right composition to combat what Next.KZ were presenting to them, but the problem was they got off to a pretty freaking bad start. Especially over the bottom lane. Fish to come down, don't know why, but whatever. Many low HP heroes over at the bottom lane. We have to be relatively careful. We can already see the Venomancer wants to try and help out with the gank, but we've got no more reinforcements to try and, you know, secure the kills. But over in the top, damage is being dealt. Sand King trying to get the hell out of there. While the Broodmother got very low in HP, got in a dangerous situation, but just going to use that Insatiable Hunger to bring herself back to full HP. And she's a very happy camper indeed. Tinker doing what Tinker does best. However, he could find himself caught out. Reinforcements are not too far away, but I think they got caught by the Leshrac and have, as a result, buggered off. Team Empire looking to take down this tier 1 tower over the bottom lane. The only tier 1 tower that's... Actually, have we taken any tier 1 towers? Only the middle lane, and they want to take the bottom. I hear a cold snap. Ah, that's why. Leshrac, Edict, as well as Pulse Nova going to TP out. Not having enough damage or stuns in order to take him down. I'm actually surprised they didn't commit. And they probably could have killed him, I feel. Axes to come out, well as a power shot. Easy, dead creep wave with a bit of free farm for the Beastmaster, which he oh so gloriously wants. With the tier 1 tower being secured, what are Empire going to do next? It seems they're not going to keep pushing forward because we know the Next.KZ would be coming in to reinforce. I think they're trying to catch any rogue heroes because you could imagine them getting in position in this jungle to try and sandwich them over in the bottom lane, and as a result, they could get caught out. Both sides going to back off. SK has so many freaking last hits. Holy crap, 100 last hits. Looks like he wants to work his way towards a Vanguard, but it's going straight for a Blink Dagger, which is going to be fantastic for positioning and escape. It's going to be very good against the Broodmother Curse, as well as the Split Earth come down, and Invoker's dead. It's simple as that. Edict, as well as the Pulse Nova, doing so much damage. Leshrac securing himself a monster kill, but in the bottom lane, Windrunner took a fall, or Windrunner took a kill on someone. On the Tinker, very good kill up. So a nice little trade, got a kill on the Evoker, got a kill on the Tinker, and they're going to push their way towards this tier 2 tower over the bottom lane, and they might be able to secure it. However, it is going to be a trade, but will it be a worthy trade? Trading a tier 1 for a tier 2? Well, the tier 1 over in the mid is going to fall a lot faster than this tier 2, especially with the backdoor protection that it currently has. And plus, they have Edict. And Edict plows towers. But SK moving in, Burrow Strike as well as the Epicenter, and this is a lot of damage. However, Disruption, Echo Slam coming out, and they're dead. Sunstrike coming out. Is the damage going to be enough? Rockets are not going to hit the SK. He's just barely surviving this. Windrunner currently running for her life. Has a purge on her as well. That could have been so bad for Next.KZ, but the SK, even from the Epicenter, the damage wasn't enough. And the Fisher, as well as all the disables coming out of Next.KZ, were pretty bad. Invoker has to be careful. Those rockets take a massive chunk out of his HP. Broodmother, as per usual, continuing to get free farm, continuing to push this top lane, working her way towards a delicious Orchid Malevolence, already having one of those Oblivion Staffs in hand, going to be working towards her next one in a few moments' time. Invoker relatively low on HP, and this bottom tower for the team of Next.KZ is being bursted down just ever so slightly, being brought to half HP, but it is a relatively safe and happy tower. However, with the momentum continuing to be in favor for the Empire's lane at bottom, it could find itself in some trouble, but reinforcements are already rolling in to clean that up. Checking for Roshan, doing a bit of scouting with the incorrectly named Warlock Golem. Is Roshan still named Tornado? No, it's called Skeleton Warrior this game. Nonetheless, still an incorrect name, and a big group of Team Empire looking for an easy kill, but there is no Broodmother to be found. She's instead hiding very far away. They really want to pick up a kill. They've found a courier. Are they going to pick it up? They will not indeed. Sad. Is the only word I have to say. Actually, that was Empire's courier. So they're not going to kill their own courier. That would be a little bit silly. I guess the Spiderlings were going after that. Empire beginning to... Next.KZ unifying a little bit over at this top lane, but are Empire going to try and take the tier 1 tower down? It would be a pretty obvious and easy thing to do, and this Broodmother is just begging to be killed, but unfortunately they do not know her position at all, and this could be bad for Empire if they decide to push forward, because it gives Broodmother nice positioning, but she still has to be careful because she can be bursted down very, very quickly. And it seems... well, what are we going to do, Empire? Are we gonna... I think we're going to push top. Top's what it looks like the place to be right now, to be honest. We're going to leave Invoker to farm it up a little bit in mid against that Leshrac, who's also getting so much farm, working his way towards a Bloodstone, almost having that Soul Booster in hand. A big unification over at the top for Empire. We want to take this tier 1 tower, and we want to possibly take a kill. The defense is already rolling in. We're waiting out the Hawk. Nice placement for it. I think it's been spotted by the Earthshaker, however, and in comes the engagement, but they're not quite committing to it. They're not sure how many forces are here, but they are now with the use of this Warlock Golem. Hawk. Is that invis? Hawk is not visible to enemies. Yes, indeed. This new tower might get denied. A few more... It does get denied. That's very sad. I would have committed a few more resources, but they had to be careful because the Shadow Demon was there, and he can initiate with the disruption, which would have meant the death of one of Empire's heroes. And after being behind almost 50%, you definitely don't want to let that happen. Actually, 100%. And we're going to push out this middle lane ever so slightly. Neither side wanting to commit really, but Next.KZ are. That we're going to push this top lane. We're going to kill these wards. We're going to hopefully secure ourselves a tier 2 tower. If they try and fight us, we should be able to beat them. If they don't, we'll have a tier 2. Simple as that. As seems Empire are electing to not fight them, we're going to make our way down the bottom and try and go for a trade. However, we need to remember there's more push to come out of Next.KZ, and we're closer to that tier 2 tower. And it seems it's not going to be the case. What are we doing, Team Empire? We're scattered all over the place. We can't quite decide exactly what we want to do. Venomat's going to TP to the tier 2 at top, going to try and defend, but him alone does not provide enough counter push to stop death from rolling in on this tower. And that's exactly what's going to happen. However, Next.KZ a little bit weary to commit, waiting for the Spiderlings to come in first and blink to Burrow Strike to come in, but the SK has to be careful. Split Earth come down on him as well as the Spiderling charge, and the Pulse Nova Edict as well as the Echo Slam instantly pops the poor SK. Now Windrunner has to run for her life. Purge land on her, Sunstrike to come down as well, and the Windrunner instantly pops. The Venomancer is going to be the next to fall, and Split Earth picking up the kill on him, giving them that delicious gem of True Sight. 3 easy kills for Next.KZ, and they're currently... Oh, Kuri's fine. Kuri's fine. 3 very easy kills for the team of Next.KZ, and they're also going to transition into this delicious tower, which they will take and consume and buy glorious things with. Oblivion Staff in hand for the Broodmother. What other items do we have? 4 Staff, and I'm not sure what Tinker's going to work towards next. Blink Dagger. I mean, not Blink Dagger. Never mind, there's action going on. But Fisher to stop the TP out. A few more right clicks means the death of this Beastmaster. But a Sheepstick would work out very nicely for Tinker. Leshrac getting ever so closer to his soul booster. Over in the mid we have a Mechanism in hand for the Windrunner, as well as his phase boots. Extra chasing, and a Vanguard finally being secured here by the SK alongside that Blink Dagger for good positioning and good initiations. Drums of War for the Invoker, yet to be used once, however. Not that that's a bad thing or anything. 2 braces for the Shadow Demon. He's very happy with himself as of this current moment. And the Shrek has a soul booster, and he's going to now work his way towards that Bloodstone. Once he picks up that Perseverance, he'll be a very happy man. The Shadow Demon almost getting caught out here, using a Shadow Poison to scout out ahead. Disruption and Curse to land down, however, the Windrunner is here. Shackle doesn't latch. Sunstrike to come down. He walks out of the way. The Venomancer taking a lot of damage. Rockets to come in, and the Venomancer pops while the Shadow Demon gets away. You think that would be an easy gank, but with 2 braces, Shadow Demon's not easy to kill. Man, 2 braces, 1200 HP on a support hero. Whenever you're a support and you've got enough excess gold to get 1 bracer or 2 braces, oh my lord, you're such a happy support, because suddenly you don't die in 3 hits, and it's glorious. SK farming up in the jungle. Over on the top we have Invoker getting a bit of free farm at top. Not sure if he's just getting the Ogre Club for health. Maybe want to go for Aghanims or a BKB. I think 4 Staff, and there are some other items that he should definitely go for first. He also is going full Exhort, not going Quas Exhort, how it looked before. Just going full Exhort. So no Forge Spirits for push or extra damage. Which is a little bit silly, as Forge Spirits are pretty good. I mean, they're really freaking good. Cold Snap on the creep, because why not? That's how we roll on Team Empire. Broodmother working her way towards a BKB with that Ogre Club. We have Tinker, probably going to go for a Sheepstick next. He has a lot, however. No Shaker once again getting a kill there on the poor Beastmaster. He just keeps dying a horrible, horrible death. And here I am thinking to myself, man, I wish some action would happen. Why don't you pay attention to the minimap, Toshley? You'll find plenty of action going on all sectors of the map. Yes, indeed. You know, Earthshaker's gotten quite a few kills. He has 1800 in the bank, has a Blink Dagger. Fisher going to go down, not catching anyone, just doing a bit of damage to the creep wave. Not sure if they suspected anyone would be there. And Leshrac has secured himself that delicious Bloodstone and still has 1000 in the bank. Will probably turn that Ogre Club into a BKB. Or possibly Aghanims. Either one works. I think Aghanims would be better for the extra damage, but stuns are always annoying. Nice Shackle to come down. Sunstrike to land as well. But do they have the damage they need? Trying to blink in, but immediately stopped by the Fisher. Split Earth to follow. Rockets coming out, and SK going to instantly pop. Trying to Burrow Strike to safety. It might be enough, but the Tinker's here. 1 rocket could be enough, but the Beastmaster catches him off. Venomous Gale to go down, and he is going to pop. A nice pickup for Empire, doing exactly what they need to bring themselves back in this game. Picking up kills on vital heroes, waiting for them to make mistakes and then capitalizing on them. Although I must admit that SK so close to dying a horrible, horrible death. Very lucky SK indeed. Next.KZ, despite that little loss right there, are still continuing to hold their ground. They have no reason to back off. They've got so much more damage, so much more farm, so much more everything right now than the team of Empire. And they can just sit back, pulse Nova, push back lanes, and so on and so forth. Broodmother going to secure herself a delicious rune of double damage. Are we going to use this, or are we just going to kill the Ancient Camp? I think we're just going to kill the Ancient Camp. However, we might kill the Ancient Camp and then try and kill one of these heroes of Team Empire. The double damage is always good. How much damage does she have with that double damage? It is a nice amount of damage. Plus 200 as well as that 79. A lot of damage, closing in on 300 per hit. Power shot to come through. Venomancer has to be really careful. They've used a Shadow Poison to scout out that he is there, but he's not backing off. He is manly as hell. He doesn't give a toss. However, Next.KZ not going in to try and kill him. Maybe they're using him as bait. Empire in a nice positioning for if they were to engage right there. March of the Machines come out. Spiderlings here as well. This middle lane being pushed back very far, and this is very nice by Next.KZ. Very horrible for Empire, because they're going to have to dedicate some resources to push this middle lane back, and they have to keep doing it for the top lane as well. So it means they can't all 5v5 and try and kill them, because if they group up in a group of 5, 2 lanes are not being paid attention to, and Tinker and Broodmother are just going to push those to the barracks and friggin' kill them. Simple as that. Tinker coming in. It looks like we want to push this bottom lane. Nice little use of the Hawk. However, it has been spotted. Shackle does not latch to anything. Rockets to fly out. Nice chunk of Windrunner's health being removed. Power shot to go through. And who's going to be first to commit? SK waiting in a nice position. Wants to get a fantastic epicenter off. Has to be careful of those stuns, however. Waiting for the team of Next.KZ to push forward. However, they are weary individuals indeed. They know that SK is capable of dealing a lot of damage if we group up and if we get a nice epicenter off. Has to be careful, however, we do have the Broodmother here. Is going to back off, using the Burrow Strike, push back the lanes, and the team of Next.KZ are going to use this opportunity. They know where the SK is, let's push. But we still have to be a bit careful. Rockets flying out once again, ouch, and ouch. But SK moving back into position. This is bad because this tier 2 tower, someone's going to need to clear this out. And as soon as that happens, Next.KZ are going to use that opportunity to take down this tier 2 tower. So either way, Empire are going to lose. And this is why you don't let them get heroes like Broodmother. Like, holy hell. Why you do this? They tried their best to get heroes that counter it. The problem was, split Earths go down. I think it's just on the new camp. Yep. Windrunner moving in. Shackled, but the disruption lands almost immediately. In comes a blink to Burrow Strike. Are we going to get an epicenter? We are not indeed. No channeling going on here. Raw to come out. Beastmaster is going to take a Earthshaker is going to take a fall, and the epicenter comes out. Split Earth being a little bit too late, and Leshrac doesn't care at all, taking no damage. Burrow Strike to come down. Leshrac still pumping that Pulse Nova, doing a lot of damage. Laser beams coming out of the Beastmaster. The damage isn't all that high, however, and losing one, taking two. The rockets fly out. Are we going to take a kill with them? We are not. Not enough damage once again. And Leshrac didn't care at all about that epicenter. He just sat right next to it and just took it like a man. And you see, here's the problem with Broodmother. While that team fight was going on, middle tower was taking a fall. And an insatiable hungered Broodmother is very dangerous, but she might take a fall here. Because of the damage, but a BKB to the insatiable hunger means that SK immediately pops, and the Invoker might pop as well. Have to be careful now, the Broodmother's going to pop, but not before the tier 2 tower takes a fall over in the middle lane. I'm not sure if that's a worthy... It's alright, but in comes the Split Earth, in comes the Pulse Nova and the Edict. The Beastmaster is going to pop, the Invoker and the Venomancer will follow if they're not careful, or maybe they don't care at all because Leshrac's not that strong. Rockets to come out. Are we going to pick up any kills? The Venomancer is very low, but he is fine, but he has to be careful of those creeps. And a nice... I'd say both sides did very well. I feel Empire did fantastic in the team fight down here. They were behind in so many different ways, but they managed to have it relatively even. In fact, they came out ahead. They just traded a Windrunner for that. But I think they got a bit greedy over in the mid, which is why the Beastmaster and the SK died. Gotta be careful of the damage to come out of that Leshrac, but they got a kill on Leshrac. It may have been worth it. Leshrac. Why am I having so much trouble saying the word Leshrac? Leshrac. It's an easy word. Easy word. Shadow's Demon is just so happy right now. 2 braces. I said it before, I'll say it again. Yeah, and Leshrac has secured himself a BKB, as if he isn't more difficult enough to kill already. Now all of their magic spells will have no effect on him, and it's going to be troublesome. That goes without saying. Troublesome indeed. Invoker having a BKB is, well, not going for Aghanim, he's not going for 4 stuff, just going straight for the BKB. And Smoke Gank is going to go out for the team of Empire. We're looking for some rogue heroes, but none are here, aside from the couple at the safety of the tower. But Shadow Demon is venturing out. He could get caught out, but reinforcements are not too far away. He's dead. He's dead, but again, we're not far. This could be bad. Burrow Strike, Blink to Burrow Strike, and the Sun Strike to come down as well. Roar to land, and suddenly Leshrac, suddenly Edict, suddenly lots of damage, and the team of Empire have to back off or they will die. And the Beastmaster is going to take a fall. Edict and Pulse Nova doing too much damage, and with the BKB, they can't stop him. Edict is going to kill off that poor Beastmaster, and more members are teleporting in. Tinker teleporting in on the spiders, and now I think Next.KZ are looking at forcing the fight at this Roshan. Because if they don't force a fight, they're going to take, of course, Roshan, and I don't think Empire want that to happen. But SK has that epicenter, has a blink to Burrow Strike. He could do a lot of damage if they decide to group up. He just needs the other members of Empire to do this. I think Windrunner's going to push out this bottom lane, and we're going to see what the SK can do. We don't have the Poison Nova to come out of the Venomancer either, however. And here comes the epicenter. Blink to Burrow Strike to come in. A lot of damage to be dealt, but the BKB comes out. A nice Fisher to land as well. Shackle doesn't latch, and the SK immediately pops, unable to pick up any kills. Earthshaker almost taking a fall, force stuffing up the wall. Want to try and get a kill on this Windrunner. Not going to happen, however. And yeah, not a good engagement. Empire tried to do some damage, but the epicenter just doesn't do that much at this stage of the game, especially with all the resistances that the team of Next.KZ have. Disruption to land down. No, it's not. It's just a purge, and a few more right clicks will take the kill on this Venomancer. He pops like a balloon. Disruption come down. The curse isn't going to follow. We don't have it. It's currently on cooldown. Trying to right click down this Beastmaster. It will not happen. And the Tinker just took a kill on the Invoker once again. What lane was that in? It was over at the top. Pushing his way very far forward. Invoker, however, paying for it without a doubt. Force off in hand for the Windrunner. Checking for Roshan. Roshan actually, throughout all of this, Roshan never took a fall. And the Leshrac is going to check and make sure no one's trying to take that Roshan, because we want Roshan. We want Roshan. That's what Next.KZ are yelling right now over Mumble or Vent or TeamSpeak or whatever voice over IP client that they elect to use. Making great use of the illusions here, scouting up the high ground, making sure no one tries to get the jump on them. They will see the Leshrac here. They will know that it's an illusion and realize that their plan is somewhat thwarted. Roshan getting awfully low, but he's not in a danger position yet. Shackle to come out, doesn't latch. Rockets to fly, to split earth to land there on the SK. Are they going to jump up there? They are not. SK is just going to waltz his way away from the Leshrac. It was just an illusion. Marching Machine's going to make it very freaking difficult for Empire to engage. Engaging on a double march is always bad, and Broodmother, Roshan has fallen for the team of Next.KZ, with Broodmother securing the Aegis of the Immortal. Venomancer has to be careful, doesn't want to get caught out. Disruption to land there on the poor Beastmaster. Purge to follow as well as a curse. Roar to come out. The Echo Slam. I mean, the Earthshaker immediately popping in there. The Epicenter doing so much damage to everyone that's nearby. Shadow Demon takes a fall, and as does the Broodmother. The BKB being popped off for the Invoker. And immediately, as soon as they secure that Aegis of the Immortal, it gets used immediately. Fantastic. Blink to Burrow Strike to come in, and the Leshrac will take a fall. Fantastic. Double kill for the Sand King, and a nice 3-kill victory, as well as using up that Aegis of the Immortal for nothing. Empire are bringing this back. If they keep playing like that, they will most definitely bring it back. Sheepstick in hand for the Tinker. This is going to be troublesome for any future team fights that he is a part of. Repeated sheeps are never fun. What else do we have? We have Beastmaster working his way towards a pipe. Having that headdress, just needs a recipe now. We have Invoker. What is he going towards? Has a Demon Edge. Monkey? I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure. SK working his way towards a BKB as expected. Prevent himself getting bursted down so much. Windrunning her way to safety, and the tier 2 tower over the middle lane has been secured by the team of Empire. And with Empire securing a nice couple of little victories, 3 kills, using up the Aegis. I think they're going to back off, or maybe not. The Windrunner deciding to stick around, and as a result, she pays for it with her life. No escape for her. Windrunner's not that good, poor Windrunner. Always want to fly, having a bracer. What items do we have over here on Next.KZ side? 3 bracers! This Shadow Demon is rich as hell, folks. Holy crap. Man, 3 bracers? As if 2 bracers isn't good enough. Now you have 3. He's a happy support. Very happy support. Force off of the Earthshaker, going to be able to get even better positioning. Looks like we want to go on the SK. Getting a kill on him would be so crucial, but he is going to back off. He's not foolish enough to stick around when danger could roll in at any moment. Also had dust of appearance on that Tinker. Oh, Smoke of Deceit. I was like, how is he invisible? Smoke, of course. Split Earth to come down. Spiderling's going to be used up. There's a nice army here. If Invoker could pop off some AoE spells. The thing is, excuse me, you want to save those AoE spells for the future engagement, without a doubt. However, only a few members of Next.KZ are here, but Tinker is returning. That just leaves one member. Actually, everyone is here by the looks of it. Nice army of Spylings. March of the Machine is going to make it very difficult for Empire to engage, and Next.KZ are knocking on their door. They want this tier 3 tower over the mid. Now they're going to get it. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Tinker, in the meantime, while we're not quite committing ourselves, we're just going to push these other lanes back. Fisher to come in, do a bit of damage. Winona getting a little bit low. Doesn't want to get popped off again. She has to be part of the team fight because she has that mech. No BKB just yet. Instead, we're going for the Hood of Discord. Hood of Discord actually, in terms of damage per cost, is actually better than an Aghanim's. It's just, of course, slightly more difficult to use because you have to click on it, like use it and then click on the area, but it's still pretty easy peasy. Rockets come out, axes flying out as well. The team of Empire are defending valiantly as of this moment, but how long will it be until the wall gets broken? Rockets flying out, the Tinker doing so much harassment. He can just do this all day, every day, because he can just TP back to base. And maybe Empire waiting for that Tinker to go back before they engage. Maybe. More rockets to fly. They're actually not doing that much damage, and I think we're going to engage. The Fisher stops everyone from pushing forward. Pipe charge going to be used out. Are we going to use this pipe charge? It seems not. It immediately gets dissipated anyway by the rockets, and they don't want to fight on double march of the machines. Empire still forced to stay back in their base. Can't move forward, and Invoker has indeed secured himself a Monkey King bar. Probably to counter that friggin' laser beam. Very annoying, without a doubt. And a full Exort Invoker is all about right-click. Nice little tornado cone down, but the force staff to blink almost immediately, trying to laser beam to safety. Laser beam going down there. Raw to land, BKBs will be used in the epicenter, doing no damage because two members are BKB'd. Leshrac takes a fall. The Tinker is the next. No, he is not. The Disruption as well as the Purge. Broodmother to fall. Shackle comes out. Doesn't matter in the slightest. Venomancer very low on HP. The Purge, it will be enough to pop him down. And now we're chasing after the Tinker, but he TP's out to safety, and the Shadow Demon's going to be the next to fall. A fantastic engagement for Empire. Shadow Demon's going to take a fall. They traded 1 for 4. Tinker's the only member that escaped out of that. How did that even happen? I don't know. I think Empire is just getting the farm that they need to counter the composition that Next.KZ have. If they had this towards the earlier stages of the game, it would have been the easiest victory for Team Empire. But alas, they got off to a horrible start, but now they're coming back. They're bringing it back, ladies and gentlemen. And looking at the gold, 5k advantage, a little bit under 5k, not that significant over in the XP department. Look at this, just going down. It was at 12k at one point, but it goes up a little bit more than shunk, a measly 6k advantage for the team of Next.KZ. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Empire bringing this back, and they are now seizing this opportunity with the vast majority of Next.KZ down to try and push down some towers. Push their way towards the tier 3s. Do we have any exterior towers? We have a tier 2 tower still standing. It'll be a nice little bit of gold if they can push their way towards it. However, the creep wave has been pushed back very far indeed. A lot of momentum at that bottom lane for Next.KZ's side. The Pulse Nova pretty much stops any attempt at pushing, because it sort of destroys the creep wave. SK has a nice chunk of money, also has invis, which isn't properly showing up. Oh well, beta is beta, it happens. A good chunk of Next.KZ sides are unifying over at this middle lane, it seems. We want to try and pick up some kills, maybe. Just Tornado to go down on the Leshrac. Looks like we want to engage, but the BKB is going to allow him to escape without any form of trouble at all. But that's good, because I don't think the team of Empire had the damage that they needed in order to kill that SK, especially with in order to kill the Leshrac, rather, especially with reinforcements for KZ not being too far away. So, the fact that they used up a BKB, it's now on cooldown, it's now the duration goes lower with every single use. So, using that BKB was fantastic for Empire. And it was just Invoker, no one else was nearby to reinforce. There were a few members, but nothing that would arrive all that quickly. Fish to go down, push out the creep wave ever so slightly. A big army of Spiderlings going to bolster the creep wave down at the bottom lane. I think Empire want to do something about that, but they have to stick around this mid, because Next.KZ are pushing, and they are pushing hard. Also, Rashawn will be returning in about 4 minutes time. There's still quite a while before either team's going to be going for this. Of course, it looks like both sides. Actually, I thought there were wards here. Why is there green on the map here? I can't see anything. Oh well. Am I missing something? No. I swear I heard Borrow Strikes. I think it's just down the bottom. Spiderlings getting cut out completely. Few members of KZ rotating down the bottom, but nice use of the Plague Ward, spotting him out immediately. Earthshaker punching it in the face, very angry at it. God damn you, Plague Ward, you ruined my plans. I have a ward here anyway, so regardless of that Plague Ward, they would have been seen. Beastmaster has run away. Hex to come down, a few lasers, and the rockets. Are they going to follow? Much of the machines to come out. Beastmaster trying to run his way to safety. He has a TP, so he can get out of this bad situation. He just needs to juke properly, and in comes a TP. This will allow Tinker to easily hit the Hex. Not in time, and we've lost the Beastmaster. TPing out to safety. Could have been an easy kill. And meantime, Beastmaster has secured himself a Blink Dagger. Lots of Blink Daggers for the team of Empire, going to allow them to get in some nice positioning. And the Shrek securing himself a regeneration rune. Oh dear. He can back off and then return straight into the game and start pulse novering and edicting and friggin' split earth and everything. All the AoE spells. Invoker best be careful, he might get caught out. Blink staffing ahead, or rather force staffing ahead, and a nice Fisher to catch off the Invoker. Gonna try and go in Ghost Walk. No hope indeed. Split earth as well, the Hex, but the epicenter to come in from the SK. Not doing all that much damage. Tinker popping the BKB. Leshrac doing the same thing. Leshrac is going to take a fall, popping almost instantly. Echo Slam to come out. Beastmaster not taking all that much damage either. Shackle coming on the Broodmother. Doesn't latch. Insatiable Hunger, and the BKB is going to burst down this Invoker. Trying to Ghost Walk. No hope for you. But the right click damage coming out of Empire is too much. Disruption going to be used to replify the SK. And now another great victory for Empire. Power Shot taking the kill, and Burrow Strike going to come down, as well as that glorious Sunstrike. Venomous Gale to land. Poison Nova to go down. Doesn't matter in the slightest. And, well, we've had a nice little victory once again. Empire just flying ahead in these team fights. Next.KZ being completely outclassed. Mech Charge going to be not even being used in that fight. And Windrunner also working her way towards a Sheep Stick. Pipe in hand for the Beastmaster. 2 braces on the Venomancer. He's a happy Venomancer indeed over here. Looks like Invoker working his way towards a Sheep Stick as well. And we're going to try and take down this tier 3 tower with most of Next.KZ's team being taken down. Fisher to come out. How is this game going to go? I have no idea. Fortification going to be dropped. Doesn't matter. I don't think so. They're going to continue beating on. Too many members of Next.KZ team are dead. And as a result, they cannot stop Empire from killing this tier 3 and most likely taking a barracks too. They've got no reason to spot, and they are indeed going to continue to push themselves forward. And this top lane has so much momentum. Invoker doing a great job up here. Melee barracks is about to take a fall. The ranged barracks will no doubt follow. There's a split earth to land there on the SK. He might pay for his impudence, trying to blink strike his way out. The Blink constantly on cooldown, the Edict meaning that he can't do anything, but the Venomous Gale coming from the Leshrac might be enough, but the Fisher to come down, catching all 3 members of Team Empire, trying to windrun herself out, blinking away, and the Venomancer has no form of extra speed, but I don't think he's going to get caught out. Fantastic Fisher, but unable to secure any kills with it. However, the Invoker using that BKB so he doesn't get hexed up. Tinker responding to that with another BKB, and he falls in a few hits to that poor Invoker. Or the poor Tinker falls, rather. And I don't think he expected that BKB. The laser beams, normally it's like, oh, I can't do any damage anymore. But suddenly Monkey King bar, suddenly death. And with that nice little victory, Empire are going to secure Roshan. Is this the 3rd Roshan kill or the 2nd? I'm pretty sure this is just the 2nd Roshan that's fallen. Or is it the 3rd? We had Leshrac have one before that got used in Broodmother. So it's going to be the 3rd Roshan. We're going to have cheese with this, folks. I can just click on this. So it's not it's the 2nd Roshan. It's like, I think there's a 3rd. The Beastmaster moving in. Leshrac's Edict and Pulse doing so much damage to every single member of Team Empire. They have to be careful. He still hasn't been taken down. BKB and Insatiable Hunger, but in comes the Epicenter. But the BKB means no damage is being dealt. SK getting so low, using his own BKB as well. Fisher to come out, going to block any form of reinforcements. Broodmother will take a fall, and they're going to move here on the Shadow Demon. In comes a Blink. Blink to Roar. Roar isn't even necessary. Shadow Demon instantly pops, trying to catch out the Earthshaker. And I don't think the Tornado, perfect Tornado to come in. Burrow Strike is going to follow. Echo Slam to come down. The Earthshaker is very low in HP, but so is the SK. Earthshaker takes a fall. SK survives, and Windrunner secures herself a double kill for the team of Empire, with their entire team being dead. Yes, indeed. And we've got no charges on this Bloodstone. So that faster respawn? Nah, not doing anything. Tinker, however, respawning surprisingly fast. Is he just lower level than everyone else? No, he just respawned really quickly for some reason. Maybe he died. Wait, oh yeah, that's right. He died to the Invoker a good amount of time earlier. Speaking of Invoker, taking some damage from the tower, the Hex to land out. No BKB is going to be used for him. It is not off cooldown. The BKB is going to go off, and in comes the damage. It took him to realize, crap, I have to force off my way out of here, and he will escape to safety. Meanwhile, Team Empire pushing out this bottom lane. This tier 2 tower is still standing. The last exterior tower for the team of Next.KZ, defending valiantly, but alas, it will take a fall. It will not survive the next fight. Nope, it's dead. Nice little bit of gold. Next.KZ are moving in. Again, the 3 Bracer Shadow Demon, the happiest Shadow Demon in the world. And that BKB is actually down to its lowest duration. Only 5 seconds on that. What about the Tinker? 8 seconds on his currently. What other items do we have? Earthshaker having Ghost Scepter, and Broodmother looks like she's working her way towards a Monkey King bar. Tinker moving himself very far forward. Beastmaster might get caught out, blinking straight into the trees. I'm going to TP out to safety. Very nicely done, but the Hex is not fast enough, and he is fine. Beastmaster securing himself a Necronomicon. Necrobook 1. Doesn't have any money for any more, unfortunately. Just going to be level 1. Fairly late Necrobook 1, but it's a Necrobook nonetheless. It bolsters the creep waves, it does damage to the opposing team, and it can help push down towers, yes indeed. Of course, and it has that lashback effect, which can deal a massive amount of damage. Invoker once again just continuing to push out this top lane. And the Shrek counter pushing over in the mid, and the big unification. In comes the engagement. Bow Strike and the Roar to come out there on the Broodmother. Fisher to come in. Nice little Fisher to land down. BKB and Insatiable Hunger going to go out, and the team are just going to run away. Hex to land here on the poor Venomancer. He's going to fall very rapidly. Laser Beam trying to force stuff for safety. Poison over before he dies. He's still alive in the epicenter, doing so much damage with a BKB absorbing a nice chunk of that. Another kill. The Shadow Demon is about to take a fall. The Tinker took a fall a few moments ago. Mech Charge is going to be used up. Checking the trees for anyone that's nearby, but with Blinked very far away. 2 kills for nothing. Once again, Empire looking so strong. God, you gotta love that Caustic finale. And the Broodmother also barely surviving that engagement. 100 HP. A lucky Broodmother indeed. And Invoker's about to get himself caught out, but the BKB charge has been used. Ghost Stuffing himself out to safety. Leshrac is here, and the Edict's doing a lot of damage. Alacrity going to be used. Try and right-click down. Who's going to have more right-click? But with the assistance of the Earthshaker, I think the Invoker's going to take a full Split Earth to come down. Pulse Nova and Edict again doing so much damage. And barely surviving. Buyback. Are we going to see a Sunstrike? Sunstrike. We're going to try and pick up a kill. Oh man, a Sunstrike. Buyback to Sunstrike would be pretty friggin' fantastic, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Not even having Sunstrike in his invoked list. There it is. Missing both of the heroes just barely. It was way too late for that Sunstrike anyway. It may as well try and do it while he's not here. Insatiable Hunger and BKB coming out, but it's a 5-second BKB. It's been used so many times. Did he buy a new one actually? Nope, he didn't buy a new one. Tanking again being bursted down, the poor Spiraling charges, using that BKB and dodging the Split Earth, trying to run away as best he can, Blink striking his way out, and he will be fine. TP back to base. No kill for you. However, Invoker coming in, using up the Aegis of the Immortal charge on the Windrunner. Hex to land there on the Invoker, as well as the Orchid Malevolence. No spells for you, and in comes the right-click damage, but the BKB has come out. No silence, a lot of damage, but he has to run. The damage is not enough. The Windrunner has taken another full Venomous Scale to come out, as well as a Poison Nova. Broodmother getting very low, but electing to run away, but in comes the Invoker, Deafening Blast to initiate. Split Earth just barely missing, and the Enchant missing again. The Invoker too strong, but he did not dodge that Epicenter, or rather that Fissure. And Ghost Walking, dodging the missile, and he will escape to safety. Great plays by the team of Empire. And Broodmother once again, so low in health. Do we know about this low? Are we going to see Sunstrike? Doesn't look like it. I think we're a bit too occupied. He has an Eye of Skadi. I've never seen an Invoker get an Eye of Skadi. I noticed his projectiles seem rather icicle-like. That's new. Seems to be working out for him well, as well. Oh, I might try that next time I play Invoker. Might work. Who knows? It seems to be working for Team Empire. And both sides sort of backing off. Venomancer has a Sanjay for... Okay, if you insist, Venomancer. Level 2 Necro Book for the Beastmaster. SK also having an Aghanims plus Veil of Discord. That's a lot of damage to come in from that Epicenter. That is a lot of damage. And he's thinking it, he's going for it. BKB as well as the Cold Snap. The right-click damage is so much to come in, but Leshrac's just that little bit too fast, popping the BKB to ensure his escape. And Invoker will back off as more reinforcements begin to roll in. Next.KZ pushing their way towards this top lane. Both sides actually looking a little bit, I'm trying to think of the word, uncoordinated as of this moment. There's sort of there's not much unification going on. We're sort of scattered around the place. Neither side committing to any big pushes or team fights. Maybe they're waiting for Roshan, which is going to be up in the next 4 minutes. Invoker moving in, the right click damage too much. Leshrac is getting bursted down. We have a Beastmaster here. Disruption to go down as well. The pipe charge has been used too. Roar to land, a nice fissure to go down. No roar for you, and the Invoker is going to take a fall. And the Beastmaster trying to TP out. Is it going to be enough? The Echo Slam at the last moment takes up the kill on the Beastmaster. A little bit silly by Team Empire there, but they're pushing down this bottom lane. That was just a distraction for the greater plan, but reinforcements and retaliation has rolled in so fast that I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on what 2 sacrificial lands were just sacrificed to be had. I didn't think that through, did I? Ah, well. Tackle to go down. I don't think it latched on anyone. Oh, it's just a neutral camp. Never mind. SK also farming this neutral camp, as you do. And Next.KZ pushing out this bottom lane, pushing it back, back, back. And this puts Empire in a very nice position to try and engage them, but they don't have their high damage heroes. They don't have the great initiation hero called Beastmaster, and they don't have the right click damage to come out of the Scarred Invoker. And I think Empire is just going to back off from this point. Winona has to be a little bit careful, just going to force stuff down the river here. But first checking, actually just killing the neutral camp. She's just farming her way to great victory, having a sheep stick, as well as the mech, as we've covered several times. Venomancer continuing to farm this ancient camp all day, every day. Still farming neutrals, the SK is indeed. Looks like Tinker's working his way towards a Shivers Guard. 4 braces! 4 braces! That's a 1600 HP Shadow Demon. He has 4 braces. Jesus. Holy crap. Reminds me one time I decided for no reason at all build 6 braces on, or 5 braces actually. I needed the Tranquil boots because they're just so slow without any form of boots. But 5 braces on Crystal Maiden. I still died pretty easily, but I could survive. It took about 3 hits instead of 1. It was pretty nice. Also, it was a lost game, so I thought, let's just build braces and steal kills. Because there was no hope in that game. It was horrible. But enough of that. What's going on in this game? It's just farming central right now. MKB being secured by the Broodmother. Continuing to farm this neutral camp. Everyone's farming as of this moment. No one wants to engage. But speaking of engagement, a Smoke of Deceit being used here by the Earthshaker. Looks like we want to pick up an easy kill. Tinker being used for the bait, but I don't think the team of Empire are going to take it. Roshan is also going to return to the game within the next couple of minutes, and I think that's what Empire have been waiting for this whole time. Going to smoke themselves inside, but he's not up yet. We still have 2 minutes to wait, and that's 2 minutes of farming. Meanwhile, Empire, Next.KZ are pushing their way up towards this top lane. They want to try and take a tier 3 tower. They're all still standing for Next.KZ. They're all effectively unscathed as well. And Roshan, 1 minute before he pops straight back into the game, and Empire are already in position. But in the meanwhile, we're going to try and look for a couple of ganks while we wait for Roshan to come up. Are we going to find any? Nah. But we'll get some ancient camps instead, and we'll settle for that. Nice ward placement to come out from the Venomancer. And we're going to push this bottom lane, give it a little bit of momentum. Look at this creep army coming in for the team of Empire. That's a rapist force, ladies and gentlemen. Siege creeps, a lot of... they're just dead. And Roshan is moments away from returning. That uses the Spiderlings from the Broodmother. And now they know that they're going to try and go for Roshan. They know that Roshan's probably going to be up within the next few moments. After all, they are professional teams. They probably know how to look at the clock when Roshan falls and realizes that when that digit increases by 1, Roshan will return. An incorrectly named Skeleton Warrior this time. Not Tornado, not... Oh wait, it was called that before. Disregard everything. And the team of Empire are going to move into Roshan. Ancient Camp going to join in because they love to party. Alacrity going to be used on the Invoker. This Skeleton Warrior is going to be bursted down very, very fast. A few more right clicks. Goodbye, Roshan. Hello, Aegis of the Immortal, and some delicious cheese. She's going to be secured here by the Invoker, and once again the Windrunner picking herself up the Aegis of the Immortal. In my opinion, not really the best use of the Aegis. We didn't see it used all that effectively before. Windrunner just died, and then she died again. I don't know why you wouldn't give it on someone like the SK, or Beastmaster, or Invoker, but, oh, okay, whatever. SK would be particularly good in case he doesn't get his Epicenter off. An Invoker can just right-click things to death. You can right-click things to death twice. Blinking into Roar, and the Shadow Demon is so dead, but the Earthshaker coming in to reinforce, walking straight away from the Fissure, but it still catches 2 heroes of Empire. Shadow Demon instantly taking a fall. Pipe going to be used. Shackle goes out, but it doesn't latch. And a nice, easy pickup for Empire is going to further convince them with these level 3 Necro units to try and take this barracks. Rockets flying out. A lot of damage to be dealt. Leshrac trying to defend as best as he possibly can. BKB and moving in. Echo Slam to come out too. A lot of AoE damage. Fisher and Enchanter laying down on BKB. Insatiable Hunger. Broodmother. No one's taking damage from the epicenter because of all these BKBs. Everyone has a BKB. Hex to land on the Invoker. He pops with the laser beam. Beastmaster now has to run for his life. Not a great engagement this time for the team of Empire. SK is next to take a fall. Fisher to pick up the final kill. Earthshaker just stealing kills left, right, and center, earning himself a killing spree. Beastmaster has to be careful. So does a Windrunner. She's the hell out of there. But Beastmaster, what is he doing? Going to blink to the neutral camp. He doesn't care. He just wants to farm. It's like, alright, I'm dead. I mean, alright, I'm taking a lot of damage. We've just lost a pretty big team fight. I'm going to farm. Because I like farming. Farming. That was weird. Anyway. He also has a Blink Dagger. Of course, we've seen the Blink to War several times thus far. 1500 in the bank for the Broodmother. As you repurchase a BKB, we've still got a 5-second duration BKB on freaking everyone. Tinker. Why can't I click on him? Let's see. 5-second duration. Let's have a look. We don't have any BKB. He's getting another bloody Bracer. Oh, wait. He traded that for... Swapped it out for the... What do you call it? The wards. Yes, yes, yes. Who else has a BKB? We looked at I think that's everyone, just those three. And Leshrac's BKB hasn't been repurchased again. Only 5 seconds on the BKB. It's not a particularly long duration. But what about on Empire side? BKB, 6 seconds, so we're 1 use away from being down to the 5 seconds. Windrunner, Heaven's Halberd. Well, if you're getting a lot of farm, why not? BKB down to 5 seconds. So we're probably, hopefully going to see people repurchase these BKBs, because a 5-second BKB, needless to say, is significantly less useful than a 10-second one. Because, you know, 5 seconds, it's half as much as 10 seconds, in case you couldn't figure that out. If you couldn't figure that out, you're, I don't know, not very bright. This is a long game. Despite the fact that both teams are very capable of pushing, 15k gold advantage for the team of Empire with a 10k advantage in the XP department, and holy crap, look at this, a 20k advantage. Shackle's going to go out, it's just a neutral creep. Will you stop doing that, Windrunner? It makes me panic like I'm missing action. Jesus Christ. They definitely didn't, I think it's just because everyone on Empire's max level. Let's have a look. Oh, just about. Catching up, in comes it, a lot of damage to be dealt. Sheepstick's going to go out. Invoker's going to take a fall. Shackle to come out. Doesn't latch to anything. Invoker instantly popping with the use of that Purge. Broodmother picking up the kill right there. And Fisher to come down, trapping several members of Team Empire's. Pipe Charge going to be used up. Earthshaker going to pay for his impudence. Immediately being taken down. Split Earth to come out. Split Pulse Nova as well as that Edict doing so much damage to everyone. The Necronomicon unit taking some damage as well and dealing damage too. But the BKB, no one's actually taking all that much damage at all. So much right-click damage to come out of the Invoker. Tinker in a nice position, but he's going to get caught out by the SK. Going to try and deal some damage. Sandstorm popping straight into it. Leshrac finally goes down, and the right-click damage from the Skadi is too much, but the Beastmaster will take a fall. Now we're going on the Tinker. Do we have a stun? We do indeed. Hex as well as the Burrow Strike. A few more right-clicks, a Shackle to come out too, and easy peasy, dead. 2 for 3. I think they did a nice job there. These fights are action-packed, and I think Empire, are we going to try and use this opportunity to freaking, you know, kill people? We still have the Aegis. I still heard a Sunstrike. A little bit off. Did I actually hit him? Maybe it did. I'm not sure. But please, let us push. Let us end the game. Well, I don't like this game. It's a good game. It's a good game. Because whose side it's in favor of is tipping constantly. An Epicenter, Burrow Strike, and the Hex down so he can't escape. Enchant to come down from the Earthshaker. Doesn't get the Fisher off, but it lands there. But the BKB has come up on the SK, allowing him to escape without too many problems. Ghost Sceptering himself out. And both sides, well, I don't know what to say. You know, someone died, Broodmother died, instantly brought back. No one's pushing, though. Which is, I don't know, kind of trash can. But what can you do? Please, someone push, please. Let's end the game. Everyone's just counter pushing and farming. We're just all so greedy. We want more items, don't we? What are the other buyback status? The most useful one. Current gold, sure. 6,000 gold for the Windrunner. Okay, let's have a look at see if anyone has rebought BKB. Nope. And nope. Sheepstick to go down. Ah, Leshrac is screwed. Sun's tried to come down as well, but he's going to try and BKB and run his way to safety. I don't think he has the speed, however. He's still getting slowed. The Eye of Skadi going through that BKB. Tornado to come out as well. Tinker coming in to reinforce, using his BKB too. A few more right clicks will take down the Leshrac. Burrow Strike to come down. We don't run a very low in HP. BKB is being used by everyone, but the right click damage is too much. Venomous Gale to come down. Shiva's Guard going to be used. A nice chunk of damage alongside the Laser Beam, but suddenly Blink to Echo Slam to killing everyone, but a nice little... Holy crap. And... a nice little shackle, and so close. So many members of Team Empire, very low in HP, but none of them taking a fall. Suddenly Sand King, and that, the Purge might be enough. Is it going to pop? Not enough, and the Shadow Demon takes a fall. GG has been called by the team of Next.KZ, and a triple kill being secured here by the Invoker. Easy peasy. And still 7,000 in the bank for that Windrunner. Can you buy a BKB for someone? If only that was possible. Mech Charge going to be used up. The bottom barracks falling and melting in the next few seconds. Now they're going to rotate to the final tower, standing and defending this Ancient. Goodbye, Ancient. Indeed, easy peasy pickup. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Defense 2, the group stages. Next.KZ going up against Team Empire. Very close, very long match. Next.KZ starting off very strong, especially with their nice composition, but Empire eventually able to bring it back and secure themselves victory and, of course, further progression within this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Toshley. I'll see you next time.